on this episode of Disabilities Are Cringe, we have this from IGN. Giancarlo Esposito still wants to play Professor X, but without the wheelchair. Has this man ever read a Marvel comic or knows what the X-Men are? Because he just wants to do it his way. He's quoted in saying, "The physical idea of being in a wheelchair every single day does not appeal to me." You know, I think that people that are in wheelchairs for the rest of their lives don't like to be in them either, Giancarlo Esposito, but they kind of have to. It would be great to play Professor X in some other incarnation than just the wheelchair. I guess in this one, he's also black, right? Because the physical idea of being in a wheelchair every single day does not appeal to me. I don't think it appeals to people that have to use a wheelchair either. I just don't feel that old, and I don't like to sit that much. But certainly we could figure something out. Okay, I've already figured it out for you. You sit in the chair, or you don't get the role. Maybe this man should not play Professor X. Actually, I think if he was to play someone from the X-Men, wouldn't Magneto make more sense? 'Cause his best roles so far have all been villains? I mean, why change up? This man was born to play a villain. Marvel hasn't received too much official news about a fresh take on the X-Men. That is a death blow right there. A fresh take on the X-Men. You don't have to have a fresh take on the X-Men. Just do the X-Men. It's a pretty simple concept. It's been successful for a very long time, but somehow X-Men 97 and Multiverse of Madness has decided to say, hey, you know what? The X-Men are pretty cool. Let's just fuck them up. Whether or not Esposito is able to figure something out with the company remains to be seen, and we likely won't learn who will play the next version of the character for quite some time. You guys are going to screw it up badly. Actually, what's wrong with Patrick Stewart playing him still? I mean, he's old, but still, he can still do it. I really don't see a point in changing it up. You're not going to make 10 movies of the X-Men, and you know it. You absolutely know you're not going to get that movies. The first one's probably going to flop, and the second one's probably going to flop, and then you're going to maybe sell the company to Apple and reboot the entire thing again. So, in the meantime, what's the point? Why go out of your way to try to cast the next Charles Xavier when you already have Patrick Stewart and your movie's not going to make much money? But honestly, I was going to ask you guys, what do you think about Giancarlo Esposito playing a Professor X without a wheelchair? Why do I have to ask that question? Who in their right mind would say, yes, this right here makes sense. This man should play this character. Is Giancarlo going to play him also without being bald? Is he going to keep his hair and glasses? Is he going to be in a suit the entire time? I can't imagine someone saying, yes, I want to play this character, but I'm going to do it my way. Not the way that for the past 50 years it has worked absolutely perfectly. No. I know what to do. I can get this right. That's why I really hate quotes from actors, because I never knew a single thing about this guy except the fact that he was in TV shows that were pretty good. Listening to him right now, he sounds like an idiot. He sounds like an absolute idiot. He should have said this, though. Hey, people asked me if I wanted to play Professor X. I said, nah, I don't like the idea of sitting in a wheelchair all day. I really don't like playing a disabled person. It just rubs me the wrong way. That's all he has to say. All he has to say is, hey, I'm getting older in life. It just seems a little bit scary to me to play a character that's in a wheelchair all day. It might be okay for some people, but for me, I'm okay without doing it. Thank you. I'd rather the role go to someone else that's more passionate about it. That's all he has to say. And if he would have said that, I wouldn't be making a video about this all. I'd be like, oh, that was cool, good answer, and that's it. But to give an answer of, yes, I want to play him, but we have to maybe figure something out. I don't like to sit down all day. Like, what is this? What a fucking prima donna. Who the fuck would hire this man now? And since Breaking Bad is over and The Mandalorian is dead, I really don't see this guy getting that many roles going forward, especially with a quote like this. Who would Can you imagine putting up with this man? What is he like behind closed doors? What is he like when he's filming these TV shows? Does he just demand creative control of everything? I wouldn't be surprised, though. I wouldn't be surprised if Giancarlo Esposito tries to take creative control of his roles. Because to say, I want to play Professor X, but not in a wheelchair, That's absolutely insane to me, though. But what do you guys think about that? More importantly, who would you cast as Professor X? Honestly, right now, I can't think of a single person in Hollywood. I guess I would just go with Patrick Stewart. That seems to make sense to me, because he's been doing it for the past 20 years, and I don't see a reason to stop, because he still looks good, though. You know, he's not falling apart, and he can sit in a chair. It doesn't really matter. So, I think he would probably be my pick for Charles Xavier going forward. And again, going forward, it's not really going that far forward, okay? You might get one movie, two tops, and then, you know, Apple's gonna buy this sinking ship that is Disney and reboot it the right way. But in the meantime, who can you see playing Professor X? Let me know what you think about that.